The Rebel Collective Podcast.
One even fair as the sun was shining.
This podcast is sponsored by Kelly's Bar, Howard Street, Glasgow. Live Irish music every week from your favourite singers and bands. Check out the Kelly's social media page for more information.
How are we all doing, folks? It's Coach here. Welcome back to the Rebel Collective Podcast. We hope everybody's staying safe, staying well. This will be the first podcast recorded on Skype, so fingers crossed it turns out okay. And we have Conor and Kieran for the popular Glasgow Irish rebel band Glasnevin and chatting to us today, who have just recently celebrated 10 years on the road.
Conor, Kieran, how are we?
All good, Coach.
All good. We've got Crooky sitting in with us as well. What's happening, Chris?
Not much, Coach. Not much.
How's the lockdown been treating you? How have you been breaking the monotony?
All right. It's been not too bad. I've been through it worse times.
Connor's been used to these sort of curfews and that, but it's been no bad.
Oh, why is that?
No bad.
Right away, man. How long was that? 30 seconds, innit? Mentioned the curfew. Brilliant.
It'll haunt you.
Have you been doing much? Have you done any kind of songwriting, any music, anything like that in your...
Nothing. That's the shortest interview ever.
I've done that CD, is that not the whole point in this?
I don't know fucking album, but what do you want, Coach? Coach, fucking, right away there. Right away, have you wrote any songs? Is that not good enough, the CD we brought out for you? Have you wrote any great stuff?
We're going to right back to the start. So you've been on the go for just over 10 years now, celebrating 10 years on the road. You've talked a wee bit how Glasnevin came about.
I was speaking to Chris, knowing him sort of, he'd just been a total pest at Wakes gigs for years really, and I'd been speaking to him about sort of wanting to join or try and meet somebody that was wanting to start a band, an Irish band, and it was that stage he'd told me about Conor, and all I'd known about Conor was he was booked for a function that we were doing in Dumbarton the following year, and all my recollection it was we met on the Friday before Christmas in the toll booth. Conor was still only 17, that sounds bad, shouldn't have been drinking in pubs, but it was all sort of ritual toll booth on a Sunday night, and we met in there, and I think we went across the road to that studio at Glasgow Cross, and it was myself, Conor and Chris actually. JF, drummer for Shabeen and Adelante and stuff, he was meant to join us, but he came up with about a million excuses as how he couldn't be bothered coming in. So it ended up just being the 3 years, and we played away for about 3 hours, just God knows what it sounded like. Chris must have been horrified, because I think at that point I'd said I'd play bass, and I had played bass for bands before, but no Irish bands or anything, so I would went across there, and then I never heard from Conor for about a month, and I thought, I'm destined to work in this call centre for the rest of my days. But that was kind of my recollection of it all.
It was metal bands you played in, wasn't it?
Metal and punk and rock and all sorts of nonsense really, but I'd always wanted to do the Irish sort of thing, but there wasn't all that many people interested in Dumbarton, so every weekend we'd always end up in Glasgow at Falcher, Toll Booth, anywhere really where the music was on. Normally during the day you've got Birds and any sort of bars up there that will put music on.
Right. Any recordings of the older bands we could fling in?
There will be somewhere, They're definitely CDs. I found one actually, moving house there, I found one for one of the punk bands, but I've not even attempted to put it in to listen to it yet, but I'll have to...
Ping a wee bit, we could blast a bit of that now.
What a laugh that would be now, gee. The dark days. Before the dark days.
You were playing back then, before Glasnevin as well, Conor. You released an album the year before.
I did.
How did that?
We done that in 2009. And that just got put on Spotify. Funnily enough, on Saturday. That was the first day it got uploaded. That was 11 years ago. I turned up at Chris Crookshank's. We recorded a couple of songs as a demo together, and I think unfortunately they're lost. They're gone forever. But we ended up doing a CD together again then, and I brought that out I think in the November. Yeah. November, December. And then that Christmas I ended up meeting Kieran. So I'd already been gigging for maybe about a year before me and Kieran done the first gig together.
Right, okay. Well, okay, we listen to one of the songs just now.
Before I saw the light of morning, my comradeship of heroes was laid. From every corner of the world came sailing at 15th International Brigade. Well, they came to stand beside the Spanish people to try and stem the rising fascist tides. Franco's allies were the powerful and wealthy. Frank Ryan's men came from the other side, and even the olives were bleeding as a battle formed the raid it thundered on. Truth and love against the force of evil, all the brotherhood against the fascist clans. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passer and the pledge it made them fight. Adelante is a cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Montpellier was a church of Ireland pastor. From Killarney across the Pyrenees he came. From Derry came the brave young Christian brothers. Well, side by side they'll fight and die in Spain. Tommy Woods, 817, died in Cordova. When Afiana here learned to hold a gun. From Dublin to the Via del Rio, where he fought and died beneath the Spanish sun. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passer and the pledge it made them fight. Adelante is a cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Many Irishmen, they heard the call of Franco, joined Hitler and Mussolini too. Propaganda from the pulpit and newspapers helped Gaddafi to enlist the crew. And the word came from it to support the Nazis. The men of cloth have failed us yet again, as the bishops blessed the blue shirts in the Leary, as they sailed beneath the swastikas to Spain. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passer and the pledge it made them fight. Adelante is a cry around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. This song is a tribute to Frank Ryan, Kate Conway and Denny Coney too. Peter Daly, Charlie Reagan and Hugh Bonner. No many died, I can't but name a few. Danny Boyle, Fraser Byrne and Charlie Donnelly, Ian Thompson and James Delaney from Shortstrand, Jack Nolte, Tommy Patton and Frank Conroy, Jim Foley, Tony Fox and Dick O'Neill. Viva la Quinta Brigada, no passer and the pledge it made them fight. the lances a crying around the hillside. Let us all remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada. Viva la Quinta Brigada. I'll remember them tonight.
Right, so Glasnevin get together. Can you remember your first gig as a band?
I was working in a bank at the time, and I mean get a phone call from Conor, and I had a missed call. I was wondering what it was, probably saying he didn't want to gig anywhere. And it was to say you want to play the Brazen Heat tonight, and I thought right away, I'm walking out this job, that's me made it, playing the Brazen Heat. But
hold on, you're skipping a few steps here. Can we go back to before this? Can we go back to
the Emerald Isle days?
What are you laughing?
Showing up on Friday.
I used to show up on Friday night. Well, I had a residency when I was only 17 in the Emerald Isle on a Friday night, and Kieran used to turn up and he would say like, all right, I remember fucking, we'd no long met. He said, I got a man done for Christmas and all that. I've got it with me if you want me to, I can join in. You know what I mean?
That's how you do these things.
All right.
You invite yourself in.
Feet first.
It's like Ron Burgundy. It's like, I'm not prepared at all. It's just...
No, kind of, when you look at it now, it is mental how you fall into these things. It wasn't really... Like, people must think you have a big discussion about starting a band, but it was as random as that. I used to show up at Conor's gigs. Used to come up with my brother, Sean and Paul Ramsey, and no disrespect to Conor, but some nights we were the only ones in. It was the middle of winter, it was freezing cold, the Emerald Isle. Sometimes had Pat and Alan on all the roads, sometimes had music playing elsewhere, but we'd always stay in the Emerald Isle because of the cheap drink. And then as the cheap drink went on, I'd say I had my mandolin in the car and then went for that. But the first gig was the Brazen Heat. I mind that, it was a Saturday night.
Was that with a mandolin or with a bass?
With a mandolin. I'd never done a gig with Glasnevin with bass. I got the mandolin at Christmas, and at that point I was sort of going to Connor's now and again just to practice. And I take the bass and I said to him, I've got this mandolin. And he said, bring it in and see how we got on. And it was just the basic stuff, Sean South, Boys Old Brigade and that, but it sounded alright. God knows what it sounds like now, but at the time it sounded good to us. We joined Conor, just thought we'd go for it that night, and never looked back.
The reason that Kieran, we wanted to go with the mandolin was because I'm not strict enough with the chords on the guitar. I'm too liberal with my choices, and I just kind of, I like the freedom to move about, whereas you're not tied down with a mandolin. Whereas as a bass, you need to be quite in time together. Me and Kieran have got there's quite a tightness, but there's no. If I were playing the bass, there was definitely to be a lot more fights. Let's put it that way.
That was very diplomatic, coach, considering he's talking to two bass players, isn't he, man?
Two bass players that would stand in anytime we need it.
Basically, I don't need a bass player.
Coach is a bass player. Don't you get above your stations here.
You're right, cheers.
Right, moving on swiftly. I'll start on it. When did the Glasnevin album come out? We Only Want the Earth.
2011. Before that, but we gigged in the March and then gigging maybe every other week through to the May. And I remember we went to Hamburg and that. We went to the Celtic St. Pauli game in the bus, and on the way back we were all hammered and we'd played on stage with Bible Code Sundays and the Irish Brigade and stuff. And Conor said to me, would you think about doing this full time? So I made a wee chat over there, and we thought we were going to put our mind to it. So we wanted something released sharpish after that, but we ended up, that was the first year we went to Santa Pons. There was a few things come up and we never ended up recording that first year, but kind of straight into 2011, it would have been Easter 2011 the album came out, because myself, Conor...
I thought it was 2012. I was sure it was 2012 it came out.
The only reason I'm saying that is because we went to, it was 2012, you're right, because we went to Cork that Easter. We came back on the Monday, Chris dropped us off, and we were away to Gran Canaria on that Tuesday. At the end of it was a week after St Patrick's weekend. So it would have been about St Patrick's weekend No, but it was actually the start. I'm getting my thing.
It was in the Foggy Jew. We launched it. We launched it at the Foggy.
Right. And then we went to Derry the next day for Bloody Sunday weekend. That's what I'm getting confused at.
It was roughly about 2 years after he's formed anyway. The album.
Aye.
Right, because I'm very prepared. I've got the insert here. So it says, right, I know you know this, but I'll just read it out anyway. Since forming the band December 2009, the band have been fortunate enough to play some great venues in Glasgow and beyond, going from Gallowgate to New York, Liverpool to Hamburg, from Dublin to Santa Ponsa. So you've done all that travelling in the first 2 years of starting, which is pretty impressive for a band that have just started out to go to New York, Santa Ponsa.
Well, I think a big part of that was the fact we were both young and it was both a full-time job, so I'm not saying we were taking advantage at any point by pubs, but we probably were, to be fair. There was a few wee things, but I mean that's down to our naivety as well, because we should have been stricter with them. But it opened up a lot of doors for us, and I don't think we've got any regrets about anything we've done the first few years, especially the travelling.
Me and Chris were speaking the other night about this just as well, doing the final mastering of the CD. Or well, Chris was doing the final mastering. I was falling asleep on the couch. But me and Chris were speaking about this, about kind of, it's almost like a kind of, it's like a rite of passage that a lot of bands need to do. They need to kind of, you need to serve that time. You need to serve that whole sleeping in Belfast bus station for hours, waiting on lifts and stuff like that. Getting left everywhere and stuff like that, and just kind of, it's shite, do you know what I mean? But it's kind of character building. I think it'd be a big shame if a lot of bands were coming into the scene now, were deprived of that opportunity to, I don't know, you were just, you do feel as though you get the cut ripped at you sometimes, but when the new band on the scene, the young guys on the scene, it's just fucking, it's part of the
opportunities that things open for us were a good laugh as well, like getting dumped, like sleeping in Belfast bus station. We went to see the Greeks that night actually, and we ended up back at a house and people just didn't take our shinies because they didn't know us, so we had to go and sleep in the bus station 11th of July.
People in Ireland say to you, oh no, people in Ireland say to you, come on there boys, you can come and stay with me, and you turn up and they've got like a 1-bedroom flat, there's 4 of you, do you know what I mean?
Somebody brings an airbed and uses half the floor, other person locks herself in the 1 bedroom.
Me and Chris barricaded ourselves into the guys. Hijacked the guy's bed and barricaded ourselves into the room. The house party or not, the place was fucking tiny. We still managed to just steal the bed, and we were waking up. They were getting fur balls and all that with the dunk. Oh, it was fucking disgusting. Brilliant, but love
these things now, but even at the time we laughed. We're sort of, thankfully, probably all 4 of us are very similar, but especially myself and Conor. And even Chris and Coach, he's been travelling with us, we're all, there's no, I'm going for a coffee and 2 days away at a bar. He's all do things together, he's all the same mindset. So it's one of the ones you just got on me. You don't walk into a house.
Coach jumped onto a fucking plane and left us to get lifted in Manchester. I'm sitting with the fucking cuffs on and he's going like that. Fuck, he's away. 10,000 feet in the air.
I got a message on Twitter the next day. Shabin's accordion player in Glasnevin's bases are lying on my floor and they won't leave. Right, okay, we're still in Manchester.
Fucking unbelievable.
Good time.
I can't even mind where we were then. That was a fucking mad wee trip.
We went to Mönchengladbach.
Aye.
And if the plane get moved, the flight went to Cologne, didn't it?
It was just a fucking riot.
But again, even things like that, we ended up getting back to the hotel. They were sitting drinking and we just laughed. You need to, what else? There's no point in.
Brilliant. Fucking love all that. I love all that, carry on.
It's one of the ones that you just need to deal with. Like Conor said, it's character building as well, because I'm not saying getting the jail's character building, but getting yourself stuck in dark situations that if you don't know and just having to get through it, it's life, isn't it?
The things you talk about in years after years as well, you know, you talk about the times when it all went right.
No, that's fucking boring. Who wants to do that? No good story ever started. See all the rebel band stories that you hear ones. It's never like, I was getting a wee cup of coffee at going on the boat and all that. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'd already had a full bottle of Belfast and 6 cans before we hit Glasnevin. Do you know what I mean? It's always.
And then Alan won the jackpot and went to celebrate in the Quiet Lounge. We need trousers on. Stuff like that. That's what you remember. You don't remember the quiet boat journeys.
What was your first trip like to New York? 'Cause that's a pretty epic place to go and.
Can we skip the landing part?
How about the taxi there?
Oh, it was our fault really. We waited about 3 hours at immigration to get through, and he panicking a wee bit. I had a mandolin with me. Conor was borrowing a guitar. No problems getting through immigration, so we get through. But outside, guy says you need a taxi. Aye, where are you going? Maspeth in the Queens, no problem. Jump in the taxi, so no bother. Cross the road to get the taxis, takes us into a car park. Immediately, we looked at each other and said, look, if we get out of here alive, we're doing well. I think we're going to get robbed for our money. Get put in a big Cadillac Escalade, I mind that. And next minute, another guy jumped in. In fairness to the guys, they were sound. They was just running commentary. They're telling us, that's for 50 cents for you, and that happened here, and this happened there. And we got to it should have been $25. We got to the door at Maspeth. Conor was trying to phone Conor McLaughlin, and who was already in the flat, and the guy turns around and said, it's $200 for the taxi. It's like, Conor, no what? We've actually hit a jackpot here because they're not going to rob us. We've still got our bags. So I gave Conor, I know it was a $100 bill because they don't give you dollars when you change your money. Aye. Single dollars, and Conor $250s handed it to the guy. He's done a switch and said, that's only a $1. So I've ended up throwing another $100. So we get $300. We get charged for a 15, 20-minute taxi journey. And that was welcome to New York, boys. But know what? Again, we went into flat. We were raging for a bit. Realised there was nothing we could do. So we went to a wee pub called Bucks, and we must have got hammered.
As you do. How were the gigs in New York?
They were all right. Considering probably how young we were. It was a character building trip again for us as well, because Conor remember as well, we never had a PA, so the Druids were kind enough to let us borrow theirs. They kept a PA with a priest in Lower Manhattan. So I had to go and pick that up and a chat. He was an old Irish priest, Father Pat, I'm sure his name was. Got that and the guy could speak for Ireland. But the gigs went all right, probably the most enjoyable night for us, for myself anyway, and I'm sure Conor would agree, was Jack Dempsey's on the Monday night. It was our last gig there, and it was busy by all means. Oh, well, that was a good point. Alan Hearn, that used to work the Brazen, was manager in there, and there was a few Celtic fans had travelled in from New Jersey and sort of the Bronx and stuff, and I remember it just been I think we were probably just relieved it was going to be our last night with a couple of days of freedom, and we'd survived it. But I don't know what Conor's thinking of it, but certainly the other gigs in Maggie Mays and the Dugouts they were quite forgettable for me.
Oh, they were shite. I remember just the last night we were just said, fuck it, let's go. I remember the whole thing was a bit kind of overwhelming. I was only 19, I was getting asked to play in New York, you know what I mean? It was mental. I loved it. I loved the whole feeling, but I never realised it was going to be as big as what it was, the whole place, or the buildings and all that. It was just kind of daunting, but you get fired in about it anyway. And but I remember we got a loan of this old guy was kind enough to lend me his guitar.
Old guy before.
And fuck man, I broke it, didn't I? I ended up.
When he changed a string, dropped the thing, but it was no strap on, just shattered inside.
I picked it, everything fell apart, and I said, right, I've got it back together. And I put the lead back in, and it just this big noise.
Just during a gig.
It was sort of near the end of the gig. I think we still had a few songs to go, and Conor broke a string, but that sort of spelled the end of the gig.
We were already, remember, we were 3 hours late for the gig. We were supposed to start at 7, and we didn't turn up till 10 o'clock.
That's the city that never sleeps anyway.
That's true. He's like that. He's like, everybody's left, everybody's away, was supposed to see you. He's like, why would you think they're starting at 10? I'm like, I don't know, fuck it. Don't know.
But see, a big thing about that trip as well is that although we'd only been gigging together 18 months, there was Fred Hartle from Boston had travelled down with his whole family. He made a weekend to come to see us, and we'd never met him. Conor was quite tight with him at the time, speaking to him to the run-up before that. And I remember that Jenny from up in Michigan, she flew down just to see us playing, because obviously Rebel Music, it's maybe a wee bit different now, but certainly 8, 9, 10 years ago, there wasn't that many bands going over. I know now it's kind of, I'm over quite a lot, Conor, I won't be so much, but Kelly's men and stuff are over, the Druids are over, there's a lot more happening now, but I never probably, a few years later, it was kind of like, Jesus, people have travelled 4, 5, 6 hours in a car, or a couple of hours flight just to see us for the weekend, so there's a nice feeling that way as well, but like Conor said, it was everything about it was overwhelming. Just everything. It was a totally alien way of life as well. I'd never been to America. Conor had never been, and just the whole bar culture and everything about it was just overwhelming. But brilliant. Something I'm sure we're both glad we done.
That's great. Well, just moving on, after you've done a good few tours, New York and Hamburg and all the rest, the album came out. Back to the album again. Crooky, what was yours? What can you remember about recording the album?
Put me in the spot here, coach. I was like, if I was the silent partner in this year, I was like, can make me talk. Joe, we recorded it in my flat, didn't we? In Parkhead, was it? No, it wasn't Silverdale. It was the one Potter Street. Aye, and all the boys came in the usual Glasnevin professionalism. Did you have booze with you that time?
Aye. None of you drove at the time.
No guitars.
I think, do you know...
I never even did a mandolin.
Give the boys a compliment because they came in for it and it was like a day. They tracked it in a day, but it was like, is that way that because they've been playing together for so long and like doing all these gigs, and they weren't gigging like every weekend and like the amount of gigs that they do, they came in and they put down their parts like that, you know what I mean? It was like, but they didn't understand it was like the sitting about and the mixing bit of it, and I just remember it getting a bit kind of like, right, is it done yet?
Conor was playing with the Wayne's toys at one point.
That's right, extra sketches and stuff. But no, and it came all together, didn't it? The album all came together nice enough. So it was, and it's the same with this one. Same with this one. It's
I must say, like, I thought it would be a longer process than what it was. I'd done demos, like EPs and that with bands before, but I'd never done what we done with Chris for the album. And to see it going for recordings, to him sending us the files, to the whole CD printed in a matter of days was just mind-blowing, because I thought it was a much bigger process. But Chris really excelled himself with that for us anyway, because it's no one of the albums we would ever look back on and sort of think, I mean, there is things obviously you change now, we probably play things a wee bit differently, but I think the song choice was we were big fans of Pang of Bang, but I know Conor dug out a right good few gems as well. Carl Bon and the Smuggling stuff, and stuff I'm so glad we done on our first album, because it would have been so easy just to put out sort of classic songs, but the whole process for me anyway, it was mad.
That's right, and what Kieran's saying about see the song choice, I think that's what made that album totally different for the time, because I think a lot of the albums probably before folk were bringing out were just like kind of Sean South Boys Old Brigade, and the guys were pushing out and bringing back like, you know, Pang a Band kind of tunes and stuff. So no, it was great. It was a good track list on that album.
I think a big part played at that point. Me and Conor were in Derry at the end of 2011. We were in Derry, I'd say every second weekend, maybe 3 weekends out of 4 for about 4 months solid. We were there consistently and made a big relationship with people. When you hear, I mean, it's easy to sing a song about a volunteer and not really know the backstory, but we were sitting in the Telstar, sitting in Mickey Kelly's house, sitting in these pubs and stuff, and you're hearing it first-hand accounts of people that knew these people in the songs. I think that's what made the album as well. I think a wee bit, the way Conor sings the songs as well, you can tell it's for the heart. It's not just like, you know what I mean, you knew you were singing about it. It wasn't just another song to you. It was a wee bit of a history, and you would read about it all.
We'll get a wee listen to one now.
Tonight and they're coming ashore, but I can't go find a space brightly, and the torches who light in the path on the shore. They began by the first light of time. Now the voice can be heard as the roaring is done. There's a breeze blowing in from the ocean, and the watch keeps its tide on the wide coastal road. On the exit, spinning out in their way. There's work to be done. The caliper is waiting to finish her run. There's no time to lose, for the tide's on the turn, and it got to be gone by the morning. town as the ex-husband curses in anger, and he turns on his horse, gives a shout of command, and he leads his men back to the town. Every now lads, there's work to be done, and the clipper is waiting to finish your run. There's no time to lose, for the tides on the turn, and it got to be gone by the morning. There's a full moon tonight and they're heading for France, with a cargo that shoots to bring plenty, and the clipper is flying full sail in the wind. They'll be saved by the first light of day. Every now lads, there's work to be done, and the clipper is waiting to finish her run. There's no time to lose, for the tides are in the turn, and it got to be gone by the morning. Every now lads, there's work to be done, where the clippers will to finish a run. There's no time to lose, for the tides are in the turn, and it got to be gone by the morning.
So after a couple of years, Glasnevin kind of went their separate ways. So what happened there? If you
Kieran was an arsehole.
Aye. As a mad alky. I don't really. I probably wish, to be honest. I was drinking.
I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened.
I broke Connor's.
We were in the squirrel, right? Well, it was the night before Celtic played Juventus in the Champions League, right? And it was one of the ones. It's such a fucking stupid wee thing now. But Kieran, I had just got a brand new mixing desk, right? And I was fucking like, right, I turned into the squirrel and I hooked it all up and all that, and Kieran get fucking steaming. And he fell he'd first into the brand new desk and broke it. And then, but that was one of the ones that was like, there was obviously a lot of kind of stuff built up because we had a big fucking argument then after that about everything, just about a lot of things. And we just said, fuck this, and that was it. We just didn't speak for a while. And I ended up, we patched that up, do you know what I mean? Because that's just fucking what happens. It takes once you get a wee kind of a bit of breathing space. And
we're probably young and daft and all that. Like Conor said, at that point, you were getting a wage for playing your gigs, but most of your wage was either going and drinks or you were taking a lesser wage to get free drink. And I probably wasn't in a great place in my head at that point, and I shouldn't have been drinking as much as what I was. And it was bananas, like Conor said. It was always going to come to that, and it did for about a year. But we patched things up quite quickly, but we never really gigged for a while. I was playing with Spirit of Freedom for about a year. So I was away playing with Spirit of Freedom. I was in Ireland every other weekend with them, and a lot of gigs doing in England and stuff, and I enjoyed it, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed spending time with two Tonys, and that, especially Spazzer Stories and that, and hearing Tony McNally's whole musical repertoire and stuff. But it wasn't the same as me and Conor jumping on the mega bus at 5:30 in the morning and going down to Stranraer to get the boat to Derry and stuff. But like Conor said,
I hated that
all the time. We were waking up. You were going out on a Friday and you were going into maybe Tuesday and you were waking up in random hussies and I mean, just it was madness where we were living, but it was a good laugh.
There was one trip in particular we went to Liverpool. I don't know if Kieran was speaking about this, I get cut off there. We went to Liverpool and we didn't get back to Paisley, go for a wee cap to 5 in the morning, and we woke up again at 5:30 to go to Derry the next day. So I mean, it was just wee stuff.
Liverpool, but do you know, mind the lead up to Liverpool as well, we'd been out on a Friday night right the way through to 4:30. We then went to yours, and your dad took us up to the bus for the Sean Martin and the flute band at 6 in the morning, and you slept in the front, and I continued drinking stupidly.
Hardcore. He's a hardcore.
That's pretty fucking rock and roll, guys.
That's rock and roll.
In fairness, even looking back now, we never ruined a gig with the drinking terms of any sort of any commemorations, we would never show up to gigs like that drunk. It was just your sort of bread and butter Gallagher gigs on a Friday night. I was going up there 11, 12 in the afternoon, like early doors in the morning and stuff, stupidly, and just mad for the drink, but good times.
I don't know how you can do that, because I
couldn't do it.
No, you done a gig with us a couple of years ago, and you drank a bottle of vodka, full bottle of vodka, and you never missed a fucking note.
You still do that. I can't go all night with a drink. I couldn't stay up to 4, 5, 6 in the morning with a drink.
What did you do yourself, Conor, when you kind of done your own thing for a wee while?
Nothing.
Nothing. Same old shite. Same playing in the pubs. Playing just in the usual places, the Brazen, the Squirrel, and probably the Emerald at the time. But I don't really remember. I think we went to Santa Pons at one time with Alan and Pat. Mm-hmm. But I can't really remember much. It was I don't remember much about the last 10 years.
There wasn't much happening that time, but see, I'd say 2013ish, there wouldn't have been much happening for years. I said I was with Spirit Feeding for a bit and you're travelling about, but it was all quite forgettable trips.
We're still talking to each other during the days, even when Kieran was doing his other things. We're still doing it. Then we kind of.
The first day I remember a proper day out was the day Thatcher died. So whenever that was sort of when we spoke about getting the band back together, and it was maybe a wee while after that we did.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but Kieran, you've done a wee bit with the Irish Brigade as well over the years.
Aye, sort of.
How did that come about? Did you rehearse for them or just jump in?
No, it's just always been pally with them to an extent, and it was maybe 2 and a bit years ago, whatever. Jared Glatton had asked me to play in the Squirrel with them. They were just over as a 2-piece. I think Anya was playing with them, but she flew home early on the Sunday because for her job on the Monday or whatever. So I'd stood in for them then, and then Jared had sort of spoke to me a few times and asked me to join the band as they were needing a mandolin player. And at that point, I'd sort of just started my solo stuff, but Glasnevin weren't quite back gigging together after the second fallout. And I'd played with them, and I'd done a number of gigs with them in Ireland, Scotland, and we'd done Germany as well. And they were looking for me to go to Santa Ponsa, but again, like by that stage, unfortunately, I think we ran a course in Santa Ponsa. It was really hard work for us in the heat as well. But no, it was fun playing with Ice Brigade. It was. I'd done the CD with them live in Gracies and stuff, done a number of gigs with them here, there and everywhere. And it was good. We had them doing Dumbarton for the first time in 10 years as well. So, no, it was good to play a part in that as well. But they knew Glasnevin were sort of formed back in together. They knew my solo stuff was my bread and butter, really, especially by that stage. I'd moved out my ma's and get my own house and sort of live my own life and needed some more stability, really. And I couldn't, the way it was with Spirit Freedom was I was just jumping in a boat back and forth to Ireland all the time, whereas with Irish Brigade 7-8 years later, it wasn't really viable to be doing that every week, and you've got a family and that here. So no, it was good. It was good while it lasted, but they definitely needed somebody based in Ireland, and they ended up getting Styx Doherty, who played with Athen Ryan, Flight Arrows and stuff, and they did it full time, and they're still flying now, as you can see. They were live early on Facebook, and they're still as popular as ever.
Right, okay, so like Glasnevin, did you break up? Was that about 2013, 2014 years? Kind of called it quits.
2013, I think it was.
So when did you get back together again and start gigging?
2014.
Oh,
just
was it?
That.
Right, that wasn't that.
It was roughly about a year on all. So it was probably February. I remember leaving Saint Spirit Freedom the following Easter that I couldn't do that anymore because the travelling was taking its toll me back and forward every week. And I should have probably been about maybe 14 months we never gigged. We'd done sort of maybe the odd thing in the Squirrel, just I showed up with my mandolin or whatever, or before a gig or whatever else, but
are we only on 2014, man? Fuck me, we're going to be here all night.
Oh no, see now, we just jump about 6 years. It's all good.
Jesus, man.
So 2015, 16.
Nothing happened. None of the years. Nothing fucking happened.
not much happened then. Anyway, Kieran, you brought out a solo album in 2019.
Did
We
I?
need to talk about that. We need to talk about Glasnevin.
How did the album come about, Kieran?
It was Michael Dixon Dixie had put on a gig in Berlin the night before the Celtic Leipzig game, 2018 October time, and I'd flown over on a couple of days before it, and I flew to Hamburg. Actually, I was staying with my pal Gunnar, played a party in his house, and then I went down to Berlin the next day with him, and I played in a wee pub called Asher Stube down there, a tiny wee pub. It was a wee solo gig just to get a lot of the fans were staying in Berlin rather than Leipzig. And then that night I was playing mandolin for the Irish Brigade, and I was also doing a wee solo stint as well. The Millentop Brigade were playing as well, and the guy came up to all three bands during the sound check and said, "Look, I can record this, blah blah blah, just want it done." I'd never really realised how iconic a venue SO36 was till I was there, and you see all the list of people who played there: David Bowie and Iggy Pop, and loads and loads of like punk bands and sort of left field bands and stuff. So it was madness. Like, it was a proper backstage area. I remember like these Chris will know as well, like going up a fire exit, you need to go outside to get back in and stuff. These big rooms just full of fridges full of beer and stuff. And Dixie said, "We'll get this recorded and we'll try and release it." And in fairness to Dixie, he paid for everything, like the guy to record my gig and stuff, and he never took a penny for me releasing the CD, in fairness. And it was one of the ones I get the recording back. I think it was about the January. It sort of went missing. It was on a USB stick. I ended up emailing the guy for the venue, cut a long story short, and he sent the USB. I gave it to Chris. I mind getting into my loans one night, and it was like a zoo trying to push through people to come and pass a USB to Chris. And 2 weeks later, he said it's ready. And it was I think it was 13 songs all in all, and I put 12 on it. There's one cut out. I recorded into Milan as well, but Conor will probably be with me in this as well. I don't want to mix Celtic and Republican songs on the one CD. I don't mind doing one or the other, but I didn't want to mix one or the other. The plan actually to release my CD, I was only going to release it because I was playing in America, that St. Patrick. I was over there for 2 or 3 weeks playing in New York and Boston along with Kelly's Men, and I only really wanted it just to put my name a wee bit out there. But I'd say to Chris, honest opinion, if you think it's good enough to sell here, then I'll sell it here. And I put it out, and actually, I'm surprised how popular it was. I thought I'd shift a few dozen just to friends and family, but it's something I'm glad I'd done, although I could never listen to myself doing that now.
Well, we'll get a wee listen now. Sit back and enjoy.
Thanks.
Try to sing some songs of glory, sing some songs of peace. In the end, it's the same old story. They're both too hard to beat. People tell me they're sick and tired of seeing us place from town. Well, I say, take your blindfolds off, you hypocrites, and help us get off the ground. And please say it isn't so. Why Willie and Johnny had to go? The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives for us year after year. "70 shots between their bodies, not one of those bullets miss. But for every trigger you pulled that morning, a volunteer will enlist. For 5 long hours you left them lying there. The priest was turned away. It's another step lower for those SAS bastards. We'll never forget the day isn't so. Why Willie and Johnny have to go? The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives for us year after year. Funerals were to prove their worthiness, as thousands formed their roots. To watch the Boston boys hover helplessly overhead, the Ra came out to salute. They emptied their magazines over each coffin as defiantly the crown was sent. As another day dawns, the guns will be out again, 'cause Willie and Johnny are free. Please say it isn't so. Why Willie and Johnny had to go? The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives for us year after year. Please say it isn't so. Cheers.
Right. Obviously, he's been on the road now for just over 10 years. Bands always seem to have their ups and downs. And do you have a favourite fond memory, or just something that you can kind of look back on, you're quite proud of, or something you really enjoyed back in the day?
Aye, I could say definitely was one in particular was we got asked, we were on the bus just going into Ireland, and we got a phone call asking if we could sing at the graveside of Lily McSheffrey, who unfortunately passed away in Derry. A prominent Republican, comes from a big Republican family in the city, and when she died, they asked if we would sing Four Green Fields at the graveside. And there's just one memory in particular. There's got to be a photograph of us somewhere. I'm sure one of the boys in Derry was taking pictures. I was standing there, I was singing to the graveside, singing Four Green Fields, and with the tricolour over it, and she was getting the full send off. And Kieran was holding the microphone, and Martin McGuinness was holding the umbrella for me, just to the side. And I'm like, that'd be a great picture if I could ever get a hold of it. But I just remember that Martin McGuinness holding the umbrella. Any time you ever met Martin, he was always very civil. So getting to stand on the platforms as these people who fought the war any time, whether it be the hunger strike commemorations or local commemorations or whatever, any time you get to meet the people that actually fought the war, that's a highlight every time.
There's a cracking picture as well. And Chris was involved, and I'm sure it was the 30th anniversary hunger strike, and the 3 years of playing in at the H-Pop Monument at Free Derry Corner, and it's a scorching hot day, and it's us three on stage along with Martina Anderson and Martin McGuinness, and I think you sang Something Inside So Strong, and Chris played a wee tune while they read out the Roll of Honour, and then we done the anthem as well, and I get that for me. Sort of, we've done a George and Pop commemoration as well, and Derry would be up there as well.
Do you have any not so fond memories in down the road?
Getting shafted in Gran Canaria. We went out there on the basis that we were getting a set wage, which was a garbage wage to start with. We were getting a place to stay, and we would be looked after in the pub with a few drinks every night, which at that time for us, it suited us. We agreed to it, that was fine. Mm-hmm. The pub was sold by the guy who agreed to that. And he never had the decency to tell us at the time. He never told us. It was through a third party we found out that he'd sold the pub. We went down to the pub this was in the space of 24 hours. We went down to the pub that night to be told our already crap wages were being cut again. So we were living in complete squalor. I mean, they gave us this apartment, which was a dump. I think it was about 290 steps up to it, which isn't good for us. Or €5 in a taxi, which 2 or 3 times a day. Honestly, I'm not exaggerating.
That's half the wages.
Aye. So, I never really enjoyed much of my time in Gran Canaria at all. Don't think Conor did either. I know he arrived back after a funeral and his guitar was all smashed to bits. the pub wasn't made for what we played. It was a sort of wine bar type thing, and it was an Irish bar, but the whole way we were treated out there was just shoddy to begin with. Like, just everything about it and that. Like, we picked up about 2 hours late at the airport, despite us being at the airport to catch a 6 a.m. flight. And I don't know. I mean, again, it wasn't that much of a downer, but you live and learn for these things. And again, we seen it as a sort of 6-week holiday. I think we seen the beach once the whole time we were there.
But yourself, Conor, anything off the top of your head?
I Kieran punching me in a hotel in Hamburg.
I didn't want to mention me going out my way to buy Conor a half a pizza and him accusing me of him being left to eat my leftovers, and then having a litre cup of Fanta thrown on my bed. And then they called a daft ass.
I was walking away, and I was over.
No, it wasn't. It's fully deserved.
I never said it wasn't deserved. I fucking should have got a sinner that you gave me it.
I just mind I ended up going to my brother's room, one of our pals came back and going, he's punching a fucking fire extinguisher about 4 flares down. And it was at A&O at the bottom of the Reaper band, so it was an old hospital, and it was just, I can see Conor the now charging through the corridors, no clue where to go, because nobody had any clue where to go, and him just trying to get out of the place, and he couldn't. But
a fire extinguisher.
He was punching a fire extinguisher the last he seen him. And that's that. And so 2018, we're on to now.
Was that only 2 years ago?
That was 2017, that happened. November 2017.
Quickly change the subject.
But see, after that, again, we never spoke for a wee bit. We spoke at Christmas, and then we spoke at Conor's birthday in the January, and then it would have been about February, we patched things up, and like I said, Conor was my best man in the April. So that's how quickly things were patched up. Even in the March, we were back. We were playing. Our first gig back was playing in Hamburg. We went back to play the Celtics and Poly Party. And
Coach was there.
Coach was there for that. And did a wee documentary thing a wee mini documentary on YouTube. But you done that, and that was us back to complete normality in terms of you weren't tiptoeing about each other, watching what you're saying. It was still the same abuse, still the same repeated nonsense we were saying to each other, still the same quotes. Movies.
It was always a kind of bit of just, we gave each other a bit of time anytime there was any stuff like that. But that's what happens. Every band can relate to that. You just go through these kind of phases. If there's other people in the band, sometimes you can kind of vent to each other about the other ones. But there's only for a lot of the time, there's only the 2 years.
It's just us sitting next to each other in a car, sitting next to each other in a van, a bus, a plane, a train, anywhere you're going. I've seen Conor more than I've seen my family. He was seeing me more than I've seen his family. We weren't long back from Santa Ponza, where we had to share bunk beds for 8 weeks, you know what I mean? And the tiniest wee room possible. It's just stuff like that, and it all builds up. But again, it's just one of the fucking things, isn't it? You move on, and the way things are now, year to year, things have improved until this COVID thing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you've got a new album. It's just out in the last day or two, I believe. Is that right? Is it out yet?
We planned to release this the day Conor's sort of curfew had ended, the 26th of March. We planned to do a big night in Gracie's. We'd Marty Healy off of Derry. He'd booked his flights. There was loads of people coming off of Derry for the night to enjoy it and stuff. And Gracie's were kind enough to give us sort of free rein to do what we wanted. And we planned to have this album done and ready for that. And I don't really know why we never had it recorded. Just before the whole COVID thing happened and before lockdown started, I was in Thailand for 2 weeks, but I can't remember the reason why we never had the album recorded before that. Probably just pure laziness. We talk a good game and we very rarely ever actually provide the goods. But this time, we sort of kept ourselves to ourselves. We spoke between the 3 years and just sort of nipped away and done it quietly in a few days.
But it's a wee bit of departure for what you've recorded before or what you play on stages. So it's just all Celtic songs.
Well, we came up with it, as I say, the idea was we didn't want to, our next instalment, the next Glasnevin album we want to put a lot of time and effort into it.
Yeah.
But this one, because it's kind of Celtic, it's not a bit disrespectful to Celtic, of course, but we felt as though we could kind of, we just sat at a quality where we'd be saying, right, they're happy enough with that, let's put it out. And so we did, in the space of about 2 or 3 weeks, we said, right, let's go and kind of experiment with. Kieran had just purchased new recording stuff. So we said, right, let's go in and do this. We can use the Celtic songs as a kind of guinea pig. And then when we want to kind of, we want to go and do we want to do a lot more production value in the Glasnevin. The next one, we want to kind of get a lot more, the arrangements perfect and stuff like that. The set list perfect.
Instruments and stuff.
Include a lot of stuff like that. But we wanted something to come out of this lockdown. Do you know what I mean? We wanted something.
Well, I think a big part of it as well is, like, Conor's done a hell of a lot of live streams. I think the day that sort of sealed the deal for us was the day Celtic won the league. Conor done 2 or 3 hour streams. He done one himself, one with Big Pat, which been then one with Pat and Chris, and continuously over and over know the song. But the same songs were requested over and over again. It was always stuff like Jackie McNamara, Coronation Cup, 1, 2 and Kick. Songs that we've played for years, and there's absolutely nothing ever been. We've never not played Celtic. We've always played Celtic songs, but we never wanted to do an album with a mixture of both, just purely because we just
always
wanted
keep them
to be one or
separate.
the other. But like Conor said, the lockdown is really, I think our crowd's built, it's sort of swayed towards a different kind of people as well. There's a lot more Celtic fans logging onto our streams rather than just out and out Republicans. Our numbers on Facebook have grown quite considerably due to all the live streams Conor was doing. And again, like I said, a lot of the songs, Jackie McNamara especially, was just one continuously asked for over and over again. And we sort of said, well, we just do it because now is as good as time as ever. Like, it's all songs that we love. It's all songs we've sang since we could speak. And like Conor said, it would just seem the right time to do it, especially getting the new recording equipment, actually managing to get Chris free as well, because Chris is a busy man between work, family and all his other musical commitments, and his 300 bands and his 400 theatre productions and all sorts. And it is a nightmare to try and do. You feel bad continuously on at him, and his head was probably nipped when I got all my recording equipment by asking different questions and that, but he's never once said piss off. He's always helped us, and it's been great. Been able to sit down in that lock-up and just, I mean, even at that point, we never had a massive, like 5 days ago, we never had a clear-cut idea of what songs were going on this album. We just sat and said, right, what do we want to do? What are people asking for? And we just done it. That was kind of the Glasnevin album as well. To be honest, it's probably the best thing that could have happened, because it's the first time in a while the threes had been together, and it's always good to see and hear other people's opinions and see other people's ideas and they come to light. And we barred it out in 2 days, basically.
I think it's important that I say that I didn't like Chris when I met him. I've not liked him for the last 10 years, and I still don't like him now.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
He drove us the clock.
Aye.
Are we listening to one of the songs for the album?
Aye.
Jackie
In
McNamara.
for it. You've not bought an album yet?
I've got a copy of it. Where are you getting it for?
Can we play the whole
Like LimeWire, Friday's laptop.
I'll get it when it goes up on Spotify. It would be that it's upload.
Here's a wee song with the Mourne Mountain Ramblers. A song called Jackie McNamara. 1, 2, 3, 4. And his name is McNamara, he's a Celtic boy straight back, and his 40 it is turning defence into attack. He's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Then Jackie McNamara knew, so let it go. Well, Jackie joined us from the film when he shone bright for the past. When his first game against the Rangers, he'd shone the mega stars. He ran them back at everywhere, he drove the fans insane. They could bench a bottom dollar, we found him give a grain. And his name is McNamara, he's the Celtic boy straight back. His 40 is turning defence into attack. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Then Jackie McNamara knew so letting lead. I played for Celtic while they did 9 in a row. And it's up in Jordan Key, and I have seen it go. My Fitz and Jackie Jr. always straightly mightily proud. The chef spills out the places, who chat his name out loud. And his name is McNamara, he's a Celtic boy right back. His boatsy in his turning, defence into attack. He's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. Young Jackie McNamara and the hoops of red and green. Oh, Jackie boy, don't you worry, for your future's mighty bright. And for 15 years like Carol Marks, you'll be driving down the right. Oh, and we'll chant your name and spread your fame throughout the football world. You'll enjoy your reputation with Celtic flags and fall. Oh, his name is McNamara, he's a Celtic boy right back. His boatsy in his turning, defence into attack. He's here, he's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. And Jackie McNamara and the hoots are winning clean. Oh, his name is McNamara, he's a Celtic boy right back. His boatsy in his turning, defence into attack. He's everywhere, the best you've ever seen. And Jackie McNamara and the hoots of white and green. And Jackie McNamara and the hoots of white and green. Cheers, folks. Keep an eye out for the album coming out this week. Thank you.
See, the new album's out, so where can everybody get their hands on the CD?
On our big cartel site. You can find that on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you follow any of the band or the Rebel Collective. Somebody will point you in the right direction to find it, along with our other merchandise, t-shirts, other CDs. We pin badges out for our 10th anniversary. We've got bucket hats and skip hats coming as well, so buy everything.
Ideal,
Yeah,
man.
bastards.
And yeah, the other albums, 2 solo albums, Glasnevin albums on Spotify.
Aye, everything's on now. Connor's was the last to go on there yesterday, so aye, fill your boots.
So I get on there and get a wee listen every day. Gents, thanks very much for giving us a bit of your time today.
It's been a pleasure.
So on behalf of everybody here, I hope you are all staying safe and keeping well, and chat to you later on.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks again for tuning in, folks. If you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to give us a wee like or a share or a follow on social media. The Rebel Collective are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're also on YouTube. If you haven't already, don't forget to have a wee look for Glasnevin on social media. They're all over the platforms, and also the album that came out in the last couple of days. Get in there and get yourself a wee CD. Right, take care everyone, speak soon.
The Rebel Collective Podcast.